Welcome to Cult of Collectors, and I guess we're just kind of sitting around bullcrapping at the moment because we don't. Our guest is running late, and Charlie's not here yet, and so
we're just shooting this shit right now. So,
yeah. So we go ahead and go live in case there's a few people waiting in the chat. So, yeah.
If you're in the chat and you want us to talk about anything, just go ahead and chime in. Other than that, we're just going to say, "What's up, man?" How's your week been?
Pretty good so far.
Yeah,
been staying up late watching the World Cup stuff. So
it's shit.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy that, but I don't have to be up anytime. So, but they come on late, man. It's in Australia, so it's not come most of the time. They come on like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh hell no!
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Yeah, I've been, for some reason here lately, I've been staying up all night and sleeping in the morning and getting up around noon. It's just a bad habit I always get into when I'm not working. So kind of go into that vampire kind of mode.
Right.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. That'd be nice. Maybe one of these days.
But our guest will be analyzing horror this evening with Lauren, so she'll be in here shortly. She's running a little behind. Charlie, we have no idea. He's not.
He's probably driving home from the store or something, and just that's usually where he's at when he's late. It's like, I was at the store.
Yeah.
I should have grabbed out of my car, man. I took a trip to McKay's. What was that, last week? Week before last? I forget. I always promised myself that I would not get into a Criterion, and damn me if somebody didn't dump their entire Criterion collection, it seems like, at McKay's, because they were everywhere. And I think I bought like 10 titles, maybe. I had a store credit, and so it was basically free.
Yeah.
And but damn it, now I'm into Criterion. So shit.
What'd you pick up?
I'm trying to remember everything. My dumbass left it out in my car. See, if Charlie was here, I could just run to my car and nobody would even know.
Yeah.
I know one of the newer things I got was that Marriage Story. I got that.
Yeah.
God, what were some of the titles I grabbed? I grabbed their Dazed and Confused. I think all of them but one were still brand new, still sealed.
Those Blu-rays or the 4K?
It was all Blu-ray stuff. You could tell it looked like somebody was just dumping their Blu-ray collection and getting ready for the 4Ks. They were everywhere. They were in like the new releases, and then you go to each category, and they were just everywhere. There were some that I thought about. There was some like Charlie Chaplin stuff. I was like, that would be kind of cool, but I didn't grab it. But I thinking back, I was like, damn, I should have got some of those.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah,
Charlie Chaplin movies.
I know, it'd be great, but I'll build up some store credit, and I'm sure I'll hit it up again.
The Great Dictators one, was that The Great Dictators? One of his really good movies. Yeah.
That was one of them they had.
Here's Charlie.
Oh, sweet, Charlie's back.
What's up? Sorry, I'm late.
Did you have to go to the store?
I had to go grab fucking cat food and cat litter because the lady who's fostering my animals said that she had ran out, and so had to go do that, and so that's why I'm late.
Oh, you're good. You're good. We were just talking. It was like, it seems like when Charlie's late, he's always going to the store. So,
well, hey, I'm no longer drinking like alcohol anymore. So,
well, that's a bonus. You just go to the store and get some snacks. It's fine. I need to go to the store and get some more sweet tea. That's my problem, is sweet tea.
Well, I ended up getting this while I was there. These energy drinks.
The cherry slushy ones. Holy shit!
I was just looking at it.
Oh my god! It tastes just like a cherry slushy.
Where's our guest?
She's running behind.
Oh,
She's in a tad.
She said
bit
10 or
behind.
15 minutes, but then so I guess
We're
she'll
coming up
show
on
when she
15.
shows up. Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's been longer since you texted me, so it'll be all right.
This one's called Cosmic Stardust.
Ooh, you got to get the cherry slushy, man.
I'm gonna try.
You're making. Oh, what
It's
happened?
grape. It's grape.
Oh, no, put it away.
Now I have to finish it.
Damn. I was just telling John, and now that you're here, you guys can chat. I'm gonna run to my car because I was telling John I went to McKay's, the local McKay's, which is like a big giant used store here in the Nashville area, and I did the one thing that I've been telling everybody I'm never gonna do, and it looks like I'm into Criterion now because I bought a shit ton.
So you never bought Criterion before?
I think I have like 2-3 titles in my collection.
Okay.
It's just one more thing I didn't want to get into, man. I mean, do you see the mess that I have here?
I know.
And,
I know.
And I'm out of room. But yeah, it's all in my car. I completely forgot to grab it. So you guys chit chat. I'm gonna go grab that shit.
That's
and
fine.
Even if our guest shows up, we'll just hold it toward the end or when we have a lull in the conversation.
That's fine.
I'll be right back.
I like his little avatar.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I need to make a good animated avatar for something, just to have.
Yeah.
I've never done it. I can probably find there's all kinds of stuff anymore with all this chat GPT and all that stuff out there. AI.
yeah.
So people making AI porn, so whatever.
I mean, like the avatar you can make through like Facebook, you can make it through Instagram, and then whenever you do like your posts where it gives you options, like if it says avatar, it shows you what different types of avatars you can use of yours.
Yeah. I made that one for you guys. You wanted a while back, so I made that one, but I don't.
That Jody wanted, originally.
Yeah.
You still going to use the?
Huh?
What was that?
Ahead.
Sorry.
No, I just said, are you doing all right?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Always could be better. And I did get.
Awesome.
I did get it. So, and it's funny because apparently not a lot of people had a Blu-ray to really reference to, but I referenced to this Criterion Collector set.
Yeah,
and you can definitely see a difference.
Yeah, I have it right here too, but I haven't watched it yet. I unpackaged it, but end up watching a few other things, so I haven't sat down and watched it yet.
Oh,
I've seen
it's
it
worth
so many times, so
And I did get some movies while I was out, but I went to like a secondhand store. Oh wait, I'm missing some. They're in my truck. Be right back. Sorry.
Oh, everybody's running to their car.
No, I left something in there myself. I'm an idiot.
I hope it wasn't the cat.
Yeah.
I'll just start taking the prices.
Well, how's everybody doing in the chat tonight? You guys can send us messages if you have any questions. Our guest will be here shortly, hopefully. So
I see we got.
She was running a little bit behind, so we'll give her time. She's a woman, so
she's got to doll up everybody,
and that's fine with me.
Yeah. I'm going to save the best for last. It's not Criterion, but I'm going to save the best for last.
Yeah, I went on a small Criterion haul during the sale, but I didn't get a whole lot. I got 5 or 6 things, I believe, or 4 or 5 things.
See, I was always like, I've got lots of Shout. I got so much Arrow. I got all these other smaller boutique labels from overseas. I was like, the last thing I need is Criterion.
We got to have the originator of the boutique, so they're
I
pretty much the first.
I know. But I like this idea I'm having now. Like, it's because I normally have a lot of store credit at that store, so I think I'm just going to start holding off. And if I see a title I want, I'll grab it then when I have store credit.
Okay.
So technically, I won't be using any money.
Are they pretty good about buying stuff? I've never sold anything to them.
So far, they've always been good to me, and of course, you get better if you do store credit. But that kind of goes for any used store, honestly. But yeah, they
Yeah, it got me some movies while I was out myself. I went to a place called Rescue Treasures. It's a thrift store of some sort. And this one's still sealed. Crash.
nice.
Yep. Got that one. And this was funny. So I'm at, I don't know if you guys have one where you live, but it's called Winco, the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay. Well, apparently they carry movies too. So I end up finding Paddington 2. I knew I needed it, but I didn't have it DVD either, so got it. But I had the first one on DVD. And then when I went to the thrift store, look what I find to upgrade the first one.
Well, look at you.
So I was able to, yeah. And then upgrading Neverending Story to the Blu-ray. Hopefully
Very
it'll
nice.
get a 4K for the US. Because I know
Fingers
there's the
crossed.
German release. Talented Mr. Ripley.
Ooh.
This one's a good one. I really like that movie. And then $4.99 4K movie called Song to Song.
Song to song.
Yeah. And on Amazon it's like 14, 18 bucks around there.
You want
And I don't know if you guys are familiar with this show, but it's from Amazon called The Chosen.
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
So those are technically the new pickups, including the that guy.
Oh yeah. I got that. That's still downstairs.
I watched it already, and then I skimmed through the criteria and took pictures, and I'm going to be doing a video for it.
Very nice.
Well, technically, I already did the video. I just need to edit.
She's going to be logging on here in a second. She sent me a message. So
Well, do y'all want me to hold my 10 Criterion titles I picked up for the lull in the conversation?
True. Good. I mean, that way she could be a part of that conversation, too.
you want me to? You want me to put her in the big screen like we've been doing, or
Yeah, put us three on the
Okay.
side.
yeah?
Yeah.
I think that
Since
that-
she
that
would be
looks-
the guest, yeah.
That looks good when there's a guest.
Yeah, especially when you have a good looking guest.
Yeah, we're not important, guys. We're not important.
Yeah. Shrink me as little as possible.
Right. Put you at the bottom.
Hello, Cisco. You were
Cisco.
you're on our show other night, Good Movies, I believe, and I
Hello.
kept saying Cisco. I don't know. My brain wasn't functioning right, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be Cisco. I think how you.
And Jody, you
pronounce
never
it.
got to try and see if you were able to log into the TikTok yet, have you?
What, mine?
No, for the Cult of Collectors one that I did.
Oh shit! No, I haven't. Damn it!
You know,
I forgot
so-
about that. I forgot
Yep.
about that. You have to resend me that stuff.
But
I forgot all about that.
I need to make little there's actually an app, I guess, where you can like upload your long streams like this or something like that, and what it'll do is it'll create shorts for you, like take the important ones from your video.
Oh,
I forget the name of it, so I'll have to put it in when we get off.
I have no idea. I'd seen just the very beginning of her live stream, so I didn't.
I think it came on when I was in the middle of some. I think I caught the beginning when she was complaining about Instagram shutting it down because the music in the background. That's always fun.
What, Instagram blocked someone's live because of the music?
Yep. If they can hear music in the background, they will shut that shit down fast.
TikTok don't care.
Yeah, it's
Throw
just
they throw
it's
a copyright
copyrighted.
shit
It's
at
the
you,
same thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's like it's just background noise. Why the fuck do you guys care? You know?
That's what's super weird. If you're talking over it and the fact that they can still like listen in and hear what it is,
Mhm.
just enough to shut you down.
Oh, I know. Like Conan O'Brien, whenever he would do those like skits out in the streets and stuff, if they had Michael Jackson playing in the like restaurant or something like that, they can't play it because they don't have any rights to it. And I'm
Yeah.
that's retarded. It's only like a clip.
Don't matter.
No.
If it's a second, you got to pay for it.
That's the stupidest thing ever.
It's wild, man. We used to, when I worked at a record store, there was like a monthly fee you had to pay that got distributed to all of the like BMI and all the big production places. And it was a monthly fee you had to pay, and it just kind of covered your ass for any music that you were playing throughout the store at all times.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Crazy.
It is.
Copyright's crazy. Well, we've had all these artists come out complaining about not getting residuals. I've seen it like on, Netflix and stuff recently, but people are doing it too with like, I guess with Spotify and things like that. But the thing is like, at least you're getting paid something, because if we didn't have like Spotify and some of the other services, people just be stealing it left and right. You would be getting anything,
So Jody, when do you guys move into the new place?
Well, that was the phone call I was on before we went live. That's why I was late. But it looks like everything, the green light is on.
Good.
So it looks like it should be mid-September.
Nice.
But I wasn't going to start packing all this shit until we got the official word for this house being sold. And I'm pretty sure that just happened.
Oh, nice.
So
was it to that lady with the kid?
She has some kids. I don't know.
Oh.
But so yeah, as these streams go on, you're going to start seeing these shelves get emptier and emptier. Or I might just start doing this on my phone in my car. I have no idea what's going to happen.
That'd be
for anybody that's joining us. Lauren will be logging in any minute now. She's ran behind this evening, so just hang on, anybody in this chat. We're just
it's all good
in the neighborhood
at the moment, getting ready for our guest to show up. So you guys got some stuff prepared in your mind to ask her? Because you know me, I'm not the massive horror person. I do have a bunch of stuff laid out, a bunch of my kind of cult horror stuff, but not.
Yeah.
We can ask her the basic stuff.
Yeah. Sounds good.
But you can ask her the classic horror stuff.
You're probably like, well, you got her. She's your guest, so why didn't you prepared? Well, I am prepared, but I'm still not a horror person.
No,
that's I bring a lot of people. I bring a lot of people on because they're collectors.
Yes.
Oh, I get it.
And it's kind of like blabbering collector. Like I brought her on because she's a collector. I thought it would be she'd have more collecting stuff. And I asked her before the show to present stuff from her collection, and the Harry Potter stuff's fine, but I just don't care enough about it to read the books.
Yeah.
They came out like when I was an adult already, so I just didn't have much interest. So, and I'm glad people are so passionate about things, but
for sure,
I'm just not like that.
Understandable.
And I don't say they're not bad books. I know they're not, but it's just I'd rather read Lord of the Rings.
That makes sense.
Did you see that Peter Jackson is looking at doing another Lord of the Rings, like just kind of just doing his own thing for after,
like randomly?
It's going to be like what happened to everybody after,
Rachel something is a woke bitch.
Yeah.
Look out.
She's not watching Snow White at all. Yeah, that just looks like a mess from top to bottom.
I'm not I can tell you I'm not excited for that one.
No. Did anybody else? Well, I might save this. I'll save it. It's not horror, but it's kind of. I'll save it for our guest because it's on my story. But the director of an upcoming movie put out the theatrical poster. Well, I guess it's kind of a preview poster, and then a first image, but I don't really count it because it's really, really dark of a movie that I've been really excited about.
All right, here we go.
Oh, sweet.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
We need an applause thing.
So sorry for my tardiness, guys.
No, you're good.
Here we go.
Charlie was late.
Time.
It's
fine. I was late. He was late.
Everybody's late.
Well, good. Yeah, my day got away from me a bit, but I'm here. So thank you so much for being patient with me.
That's all that matters.
Problem.
Yeah.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Doing good.
We're here.
Decent.
We're ready.
Yep.
Tuesday evening.
Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
No.
Oh shit! Now I'm hungry. Damn it.
Sorry.
Just don't do it with that girl I seen in a video. I've been rubbernecking here lately on these. They're arrest videos. People have channels where they just have like, police arrests, and it's just like a lot of drunk girls getting arrested.
Yes.
And there was a girl who fell asleep in the Taco Bell Taco Bell drive-through parking.
Yes.
Give me my taco.
That's really common, actually. I've heard a ridiculous amount of cases like that.
Yeah, I went to work one morning and I went to McDonald's, and there was a truck like kind of at a weird angle, and I noticed there was somebody in it. So I walked up to a truck. I thought, oh, this guy might have had a heart attack and dead, but he just fell asleep. And
I guess that's better than the alternative. But
Yeah, right?
So Lauren, how long have you been a collector, and how long have you been collecting, and what kind of got you into the horror genre, and
oh my gosh,
kind of all the
basics.
things about it?
Everything.
Oh man, I've loved movies in general ever since I was a child. So I had like a huge VHS collection, and then it moved on to Blu-ray, and so I've been kind of collecting my entire life. But I was big into DVDs for a while there. I like Blu-rays and steelbooks as well, but I've kept a lot of DVDs that like I bought back in the day, like 2000, what have you. And so I've kept that exact copy for years. So DVDs are definitely nostalgia. But yeah, so I've been collecting for a while. I feel like I gave up some at a certain point and then started collecting again. I haven't counted exactly how many I have, but I have 3 like DVD cases almost completely full. So that's
Damn.
Nice.
But yeah, and so in terms of what got me into horror, yeah, I think I was about 6 years old when my mom introduced me to Jaws. And I really, really loved the adrenaline rush that I got. Like I was absolutely terrified. We watched it during the summertime, and we were going to the neighborhood pool all the time. So I was terrified to go into the deep end because I was just convinced that Bruce was waiting for me over there. But anyway,
Bruce.
yeah. There's like that little grate at the bottom of the deep end. I'm like, he's down there. I know it. So I'm just not. But yeah, so it's just kind of like a lot of horror fans where like you get like scared, and then it's just like kind of need that again. So I kept going back and back to the horror and like suspense genre, and ever since then just been really hooked. Even before that as well, I loved the Disney Channel, and so like around spooky season they had like like scary like kid version of scary movies, and I loved those too.
Under Wraps.
Yeah, I think one of my favorites was My Mom's Dating a Vampire. I know that one. Or like Don't Look Under the Bed. That was another one.
Phantom of the Megaplex or something like that too.
Yeah. Or like, what was it? My Little Vampire or something like that.
It was like a little kid. I think it was the kid from Jerry Maguire, actually.
Yes. Yeah. So,
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. So I like even before like I got into like proper like horror movies, I really liked just getting like spooked a bit. So I've just always like had that. I'm also a big reader. Read a bunch of like horror novels, obviously Stephen King, stuff like that. So I've been dabbling pretty much my entire life.
Any favorite Stephen King novel?
Ooh, I really love The Shining. I know that's a bit cliche, but I really love it. It's interesting because I was actually introduced to the movie first, and then I read the novel, and I just really like how they both are fantastic in their own way. The book is very different, and I kind of like whenever an adaptation is different to the book because it feels like 2 separate things. So,
well, you do know that that's the one that Stephen King does not like.
Yeah.
I respectfully disagree, just because I just really like the performances, and I like artsy aspect of like the cinematography and stuff.
I was about to say, I think majority of film people would agree with you as well, saying that the movie is really good. I'm surprised you hate it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I understand though, like you want something to be like loyal to the original source material. So I completely understand where Steven's coming from.
Oh yeah. Like have you seen The Witches from the 90s?
No, I have not actually.
Okay, so Jim Henson's studio always helped with like the puppeteer and stuff like that and the makeup effects, and this was one of them. And it was originally a book by Roald Dahl, who also gave us Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, cool.
And one of the one of the books he did was The Witches, and that got a film adaptation. But the ending was completely different compared to the book.
Mm-hmm.
That movie fucked me up, man. I really wish we weren't talking about it right now.
I love that movie.
That movie's wild. When I was a kid, I was like, "What is happening?"
You're like, "Oh my god, a kid got turned into a mouse,"
Like, this is not good.
But Roald Dahl, the author, got really upset at them messing with the ending. They should have just kept it the original, and so now they got a remake with Anne Hathaway, and they kept it original, but
yes, I know
more modern.
I never did watch that version.
It's not necessarily bad. It's still fun. Chris Rock narrates it.
Hinkle Bulldog, who's your favorite horror director?
Oh, there's a good question.
Ooh.
Is that to me?
Sure,
Yes,
why not?
Yes.
You go first.
Okay. I don't know if you would call him a horror director necessarily, but I really love Edgar Wright. I'm a huge fan of the Cornetto series.
Okay.
I love Last Night in Soho so much, so I'll have to say Edgar Wright.
That's a thriller.
Yeah, he dabbles in other genres, so I wouldn't necessarily it's horror.
And Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead, yeah.
Oh, he did that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Guillermo del Toro is also kind of like a horror, like suspense one that I really like.
Very.
Yeah, so I guess those are my top two, but I feel like I could go on forever about my favorites. Robert Eggers is another one as well.
Wes Craven.
Yeah, like Wes Craven, of course. Yeah.
John Carpenter.
Mm-hmm. One of my absolute favorite movies of all time, so definitely him as well. But yeah, so I could keep going.
You were saying about the having a bunch of DVDs still in your collection. I think there are so many. Honestly, when we got Blu-rays, the packaging and the goodies that you used to get with DVD, it really stepped down with Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I still stand to this day. The Nightmare on Elm Street DVD box set is probably the best box set that we've ever gotten for that entire series.
Oh yeah.
If you're out there and you don't own it, just go anywhere because you can still get it. Hell, the used store I was at this past week had like 3 copies for $20. That one's okay.
Okay.
I had
that one's
one
okay. Hang on.
But
Let
this
me
is
grab
the
the
Blu-ray.
DVD.
I have the Blu-ray one. He's like, okay, I got something else. I picked up some movies, so I'm messing with
This
the
one.
stickers.
This was by far the best box set.
Oh yeah.
It's got the side snap cases inside.
I love the spines. That looks
Oh
great.
yeah,
I think she's jealous, Jody.
You need to get this. Like literally, you can find it almost everywhere.
She just proved it.
I think I saw this still on Amazon for like
Really?
$20.
What?
Really?
Gosh.
I'm not joking. Like it's still out there.
I think there's a VHS one that's like that too.
Yeah, there was a VHS. It is huge. They did the same thing with the spines. It was him with like his arms open or something like that.
Oh.
But I don't know why we haven't got a good. Why I know why. It's because the studios can't line up.
Everybody's greedy.
Everybody's greedy. Too many studios have got their hands in this series. I don't think we'll probably get them in 4K, but we'll never get like a big box set like this. I don't think.
No, probably not. Gotta love them box sets
individually, so that you have to pay like $20.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just make your own box set later.
Yep.
Did you have any of the horror rarities that was on VHS back in the day? You know, something that was because horror was like a big genre collected by VHS collectors back in the day, because there was a lot of stuff that was never been released anywhere else. So, and I can't tell you any specific titles because I'm not a massive horror collector. I'm a horror like everybody else, but I don't massively collect it. But there was a lot of like the 80s. That's what people were doing. It's almost like underground movies, but
yeah. I wish I could say yes, but when I was growing up, so like I was growing up into VHSs, and then when I was like maybe 13, that's when the world started moving to Blu-ray. So obviously, like me being young enough, like my parents had a lot of the say of like type of movies that we were allowed to have in the house. And my mom was not keen on me interested in horror movies. So I actually wasn't able to collect nearly as much as I would have if I had just like the open freedom to do so. So I it's funny because I remember the movie Secret Window with Johnny Depp being the scariest movies that my mom let me like own, and that was on DVD. So no, I unfortunately did not do very much VHS collecting, but I'm on eBay now, like kind of like trying to like revamp my VHS collection a little bit. I actually just recently got a TV that has like a cassette player connector kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit, those are hard to get now.
Yeah, and it's beautiful too. It doesn't even have like the weird like slanty stuff on the screen. It's
that's cool.
Oh wow.
Yes.
But yeah.
Here, I'm gonna blow your mind again. Germany. Do you dabble in media books at all? It's a big thing in Germany.
I'm not sure specifically what media books are, so probably not.
Digibooks, but yeah.
Yeah, digibooks, media books. They do hardback. Here's one for the first Nightmare. It's literally just like a book. It's got awesome content and everything. This was another Nightmare.
The digibook usually has like the disc inside, but then it has
like this right
in
here
there with
that's a good one.
Like
about
Criterion
the
collection.
Yeah, Criterion's been doing some now.
Yeah, I actually have that Princess Bride copy.
They're really big in the European
this
market.
This is getting a 4K.
Of course it is.
And it's going to be the same exact fucking artwork.
Don't you love that?
That's ridiculous. And people will buy it.
I was going to say Nightmare. They did a Nightmare box set. It's all media books, and you get this box separately. So this is probably the runner-up on a Blu-ray set, but we didn't get it here in the US, so I don't count it. But DVD sets, man, they used to have some awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're still getting quite a bit now. It's just, unfortunately, it's in the boutique side of things.
Yeah, it is. But I heard something about like Walmart, SDS, stuff like that, where they're going to start getting into physical media more again.
Well, Walmart just had that big drop of all those horror stills coming. I think they drop in September. But they've got if it's got what they're doing, like the Rob Zombie Halloweens, both the Blair Witch.
Huh.
Oh, I posted about it on mine. I have to look up, see all the titles. There was a good handful of titles, but they're going to be Walmart exclusive steelbooks.
This is Lauren. This is one of.
Excuse me.
It's probably not my favorite horror director, but I'm from Kentucky, and this guy he's a Kentucky director.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that. It's
I'll have that.
William Girdler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did a couple of horror movies. They're like kind of animal-based horror movies. Day of the Animals. He did horror movies.
Not Rob Schneider, the animal.
And they're pretty good. Grizzly would kind of remind you of something like Cocaine Bear or something that came out like that. Just
that movie's wild.
A bear that mauls people, stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff.
Very entertaining.
I'm into more kind of the classic monster stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm big into like Hammer horror.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know if you've heard of Hammer, but they're the British horror, but they did a lot of the classic monsters stuff, and obviously the classic monsters. So
there you go.
This is the Blu-ray set. I never bought the 4K version of it.
So Lauren, did you get to watch Talk to Me?
Yeah, I got to see it. I was in Ireland during its opening weekend, but I went the following Monday after.
Yeah, well, I'm jealous already now because you said Ireland, because I really want to go.
It was amazing. Yeah, I got to experience it for 2 weeks. I only stayed on the eastern side of the island, but it was beautiful. So.
Oh, I'm sure it was. All that green.
I know. Yeah, there's this little town. Well, compared to Dublin, it's smaller, but Kilkenny was absolutely my favorite one.
Nice.
But yeah, you could it's like one main strip, and you just are able to walk up and down it. It's very like walkable. You can find things very easily.
Nice.
Your cities are like kind of like all over the place. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you saw Talk to Me while in Ireland.
No, I I came back on it's funny. I came back on Sunday morning and I actually went like the very next day to go see it because I wanted to review it. But yeah, so I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was really freaky. I'm also really impressed that 2 YouTubers made it. Like that was really cool. But yeah, so I liked the special effects, like the black eye contacts and the look of like the ghosts and stuff.
Nice.
Which is very unsettling. That major scene with the body horror, if you know what I'm talking about, that one was very effective to me. And I really liked the ending. Kind of like that they didn't like shy away from maybe making it a little bit more of a devastating ending, you know? So
Someone said hi and
It's
that
Mike.
they sub to your channel.
It's Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays. What's going on, Mike?
What's up, Mike? So do you have a
Like,
favorite?
you got a new subscriber.
All right. Do you have a favorite horror franchise? I know we've talked about. I've probably brought up Nightmare, but I don't want to lead you into the Nightmare. But what's your favorite franchise, if you will? It's been like multiples made of it.
Oh man,
I'm gonna guess Jason.
you are.
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's a big tide. I don't know if that counts. But
No, not here. Not except. No, I'm joking.
well, I really love in terms of like the slasher villains. I really love Michael Myers and then Freddy Krueger. So I have to say that Nightmare and Halloween are my absolute favorites.
Okay.
I was actually just on a live on Instagram this past weekend, and I was talking about how I was told when I was like a teenager that the franchise sequels like aren't as good, so you should stick to the originals. So for a very long time, I only watched like the originals of like the main franchises. So I'm just now starting to look through all of the sequels and stuff. But I've seen all of the Halloween franchise, and I am like 75% through the Friday, or sorry, not
Nightmare
on Elm Street. Yeah.
Oh, so you haven't gotten to New Nightmare yet?
No, not yet.
Oh my god!
New Nightmare is fun.
We need to do this again after that.
Yeah.
I've heard, New Nightmare is like a lot of people's favorites. So
for me, it's the first, it's the original New Nightmare, and then part 3. Those are like my top ones.
Extreme Warriors.
You know what? I might have to agree with that too. Actually,
the worst one is Freddy's Dead.
Freddy's Dead.
It's the worst one. But make
I thought
sure
you were going to say Freddy versus Jason.
No, you know what? I would take that over Freddy's Dead. But if you're good, when you watch Freddy's Dead, if you haven't already, just make sure that you have the 3D glasses, and you really need to experience that because it is awful, and it's so great because it's awful. I saw that in the theaters, and it was so dumb. It was so great.
Yeah. Well,
so do you have any complete box sets?
Yeah, I have the Nightmare on Elm Street one.
So you have that one.
It doesn't include the remake. That was like 2013, right?
That's fine. Don't worry about that one.
No, that was 2010.
2010. Okay.
It just needs to be forgotten.
That one, but I have that. And I own the Halloween series, but it's all like individual. There's like a special edition, like slipcover kind of thing.
Nice.
I have those. I also have a Friday the 13th. Actually, I have another like it's similar to this, where it's like a little like box set, but those are mostly like the full franchises that I have. So that's why it's kind of funny, because like I haven't seen them, I own them, and so like, when I'm like feeling like I want to do like a bit of a marathon, that's when I just like grab it and start watching them. So
nice.
But
are you a fan of the Rob Zombie ones?
Yeah, I am actually. Not too keen on the second one, but I like the first one. I really like Rob Zombie's.
I didn't mind the second one. If anything, that's how I would put it. I didn't mind it, as in I still enjoyed it for what it was, but was it different? Definitely.
Yeah. I feel like my biggest criticism are like the dream sequences. If I just omitted those, it would have been a pretty solid sequel. Like it does continue with the story. It, like we have the same actors and stuff for the most part. So I love when the sequel does that. And also that sequel was very similar to Halloween 2, where it's to watch the 2 back to back. It's like one long movie.
Yeah.
People does that.
Oh yeah. There was supposed to be a third one, from that, but I guess it didn't really do too well with critics and stuff like that. I can't remember what the exact reason was, but something made them just say, we're not going to do a third one, even though it was going to be in the works. And
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
Instead, we got the Munsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was not happy with that. And I know the Munsters.
I've already said that I like originals of stuff. So when I saw that, it was like, I love you, Rob Zombie, but I don't know.
Yeah. And it's funny because he's a big fan of that stuff. So it's one of those like, if you're such a big fan, how did you do it so wrong?
Yeah. I don't really know how you messed that up, but it seemed to have a very different vibe. So
Yeah, and they just made Herman more slapstick than ever too with that. And I was just like, that's not Herman Munster. Come on.
You watch, so you give it 20 years, it's going to be like that generation's Killer Clowns from
Barbie.
Outer Space.
yeah, cult classic. Yeah.
That's what's going to happen with it. I guarantee it.
Now the Wednesday show, that actually is fun.
Yeah, that iconic dance scene, that was really fun.
I know that thing was so popular. I mean, it's died down, but I'm sure with the spooky season coming right back up, it's going to get popular again because people are going to rewatch that season and then film themselves.
Yeah. Jenna Ortega is really great. I love like seeing her in all of the like newer horror things that she's been in, like X.
Yeah,
see that, and she's in the next Beetlejuice.
Yep.
Too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
as Winona's daughter.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. Both like very strange and unusual, people together.
Yeah, I think she'll do really good. I've been really loving everything that she's been in so far. So.
Yeah,
And Michael Keaton, I wonder how that's going to play out with him being Beetlejuice again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw some like those leaked set footage, and I was surprised that they kept Winona Ryder's character. She looks the exact same. I'm like, she didn't grow out of that. I don't understand. Like, I'm super surprised.
I mean, I hope they pay homage to like Jeffrey Jones, who played her dad in the original, because I mean, he passed away not long ago.
No.
And so it'd be nice to have some type of tribute to him. Catherine O'Hara, I think is her name, who played the stepmom technically.
Mhm.
But it'd be nice to see some original faces come back because I know we don't know the whole cast for that still.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like they're being a bit cagey about the casting and stuff, but it is really exciting. I always get nervous whenever Hollywood loves to like reprise kind of classic movies, or it's like, oh, Beetlejuice 2, and there's like a side that's super excited about it, and then I feel like I'm usually on the other side where I'm like, oh, I'm a bit wary. Like I really hope this works out. Like,
well,
I'm a bit worried, but I'm glad that Tim Burton's back and you're getting all the good stuff. So if that wasn't happening, I'd be like, please don't do this.
Yeah. If Disney was making it, I'd be like,
that'd be awful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Tim Burton works for Disney, but I mean,
he also don't give a shit. He'll tell me.
No, he does what he wants anyway. So yeah. But I had heard a rumor that they were trying to have Johnny Depp come back.
Oh.
And that would be kind of interesting, seeing Winona and maybe Johnny Depp being the married couple that had, Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting.
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's been nice seeing Johnny Depp coming back into Hollywood a little bit, doing his thing.
Doing some foreign films, yeah.
Yeah.
Overseas movies and stuff like that. I mean, he straight up said in an interview that in Hollywood, apparently you're just not allowed to be who you are. And I'm like, well, that's sad, and that's why he, hesitates to even go back, because he doesn't want to be, held in a certain spectrum and then have to stay that way just because Hollywood says so.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine that it felt good to be as burned as he was over those years with everything going on. So now it's almost like, why do I want to go back? Because he obviously like is a very successful actor. He can take any roles that he wants. So, I mean,
somebody has a good question for you here.
Uh-oh.
It's Bob's Blu-rays. Lauren, do you watch any of other female physical media content creators?
Like on Instagram or YouTube and stuff?
Yeah, probably. Bob's really big on YouTube, especially.
Nice. Yeah, he looks familiar. I think he follows me. But Yeah, I watch Possessed by Horror. Sarah, forget her last name, but I really enjoy her. And Spooky Astronauts. I think those are my top two, like female physical media horror creators on YouTube and social media and stuff. So I think
Interesting.
One's from California, the other's from Australia. So
I'm in California.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Stop
kind of
bragging.
Shut up. I'm not bragging. It's hot here.
You don't know hot, so you feel humid, man.
I have. I've been to Illinois.
Where are you now?
Social media collectors. Aggressive conversation about heat.
I know. Got heated over heat. Yeah.
I'm going to win this. I don't care.
Over heat. That's great. But yeah, so I feel like those are my top two. I follow a lot of female creators on Instagram, but those are the two that I click on the most on.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
nice.
There's a lot of like ranking videos and just basic reviews, like what I watched in a month, what to expect for the rest of the year, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, I'm a horror creator, but then there are some movies that like just slip past me or I'm not aware of, and so then I watch one of their videos and so yeah, movies coming out. Like the last voyage of the Demeter, actually, like I knew it was coming, but I watched one of Spooky Astronauts videos and like, oh, it's coming out like next week, and I'm like, like I'm always constantly like trying to check dates and make sure like I know what I'm talking
You're
about.
Up to date on everything, kind of. Yeah. Are you excited for Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm really excited that Matthew Lillard's going to be in it. Like it looks
it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
I mean, we've already had a couple of movies that are similar, which is the Banana Splits movie. Mm-hmm. I actually like that movie. Willy's Wonderland, but I have not watched that one yet.
I was about to say Willy's Wonderland is one of my like favorite like newer movies that I feel is kind of adjacent to that. I just love it. I just think it's hilarious. Also, Nicolas Cage doesn't say one word in the entire movie.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's so funny. And I went into it like I was like, this is going to be so cheesy and I'm not going to be like spooked at all. This is going to be like rolling my eyes the entire time. But I really love how the movie was able to like lean into the hokiness of it. But at the same time, there were some scenes where it was just like, oh.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Studio 666?
Yeah.
You are? Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure because I know that's Foo Fighters and I'm not sure how many people actually know the movie.
I went and saw it in theaters. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. Yeah, because I saw it when it came out on Blu-ray. So I thought it was actually funny, you know, and fun in general. And I like Dave Grohl. He's always been a funny guy in general from like Nirvana and up kind of deal. So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love Foo Fighters. So it was just cool seeing them in a horror movie. And it looked like they were just having a blast the entire time. So it's always fun to see. And it's like, you know, horror comedy. Like if you don't take yourself too seriously, I think horror movies like that are a lot of fun. So
I like Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh, it's funny as hell.
Okay.
It's a good one.
It is.
I do like zombie movies a whole lot. So.
Yeah, me too. I'm a huge zombie person. Zombie infected.
Yeah, I like. I would say my favorite zombie movie would be Return of the Living Dead, and then second to that would be Land of the Dead.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, for my like top two.
Top two.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like Return of the Living Dead is definitely number one for me. Number two, I have to say, is 28 Days Later. I just really love it.
Oh, okay.
But then also Dawn of the Dead is like
that's also a good one.
The original and the remake. I love both of them very much.
Yeah, I mean Snyder actually did a good job with that remake. So
yeah, that remake was fun.
James
and I don't like everything he does. I don't like every single movie Zack Snyder puts out, but that one I did enjoy. I did enjoy his version of Justice League. I'm not a fan of Sucker Punch. And I'm not a fan of 300 really either.
Okay.
Oh man, 300 is amazing.
Yeah, not for me.
Sucker Punch is fun if you know what you're getting into.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
But then again, I've only watched it once, so it might be one of those, maybe it grows on you.
Definitely go back.
Well, I mean, the Watchmen to me is like one of the best superhero movies that's ever been made.
Oh yeah.
As far as being able to adapt the adaptation from the actual graphic novel, it's almost like page by page. You know, it's just really wonderful.
Rorschach was the only one that I liked for characters.
I feel like his soundtracks are always really good too.
Oh, love the soundtracks.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of like a James Gunn and Edgar Wright a little bit, where like they always like have like really great soundtracks to go along with the movie. So
Well, see, I've been collecting behind me. I have soundtracks, and I would say my top two favorite scores, not so much term soundtrack, but is Coraline.
Yes.
I got the original score. Yep,
Oh,
I have that somewhere too.
and The Crow.
The Crow, yes, that's a really great soundtrack as well.
Well,
Coraline's
this is
so
the
good.
score, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the score is awesome. The
soundtrack.
soundtrack is amazing too.
I was about to say the soundtrack with like The Cure, Stone Temple Pilots,
Yeah.
all of those. Yeah.
Do you ever get the soundtrack to Spawn?
No, damn it, I
Dude.
need that.
Don't, Nick. No, don't do that. I swear to
What?
God.
What'd you
Each
think
song,
about
each song is like a metal band mixed with a DJ.
I know.
It's an amazing soundtrack.
I know.
Okay, cool.
I know Long Hard Road Out of Hell from Marilyn Manson.
The way you
And
came
Sneaker
to me, like,
Pimps.
the way you said no, I thought you were like, I don't need that shit.
No,
don't
I
need
meant
that.
like no, as in sadly I don't have it.
Oh, okay.
You can rub it in.
I know, that's what I meant by hey.
I apologize. I took that wrong. If it makes you feel better, the day I bought that soundtrack back in when did that come out?
In the 90s.
Good God, I'm old. But when I bought that soundtrack, I got in a car wreck that day. So that's how I remember it. It was
Well,
exciting.
apparently you were on the long road out of hell.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's right. It's okay. I was the passenger, so it's okay.
That's a good song too, Deftones. I'm sorry.
You're all over the place, man.
what did you think about Renfield?
I love Renfield actually. I feel like my biggest complaint, I felt like Awkwafina's character was like the weakest part of the movie, but I'm a huge Nicolas Cage fan. I haven't seen all of his movies, so please don't try and quiz me right now. But like a lot of his like newer like horror movies, I absolutely love. Like Mandy is one of my absolute favorite movies ever.
It's his second vampire movie ever.
His second vampire, yeah. After what was the name of it?
I forget the name of the first one that he was in, but
I can visualize like him with like the vampire teeth, but I can't remember the name.
yeah, I forget. Somebody look it up.
Oh, I could see the poster.
Well,
But it's so good.
Mandy's kind of a horror movie, you know.
Mandy, yeah, I would call
Yeah.
it
It's
a horror movie.
it's
kind of
definitely
psychological
psychological.
thriller.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Well, Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah,
Let it go, man. No.
See, I'm one of those people where I feel like horror can be very subjective because just because a movie also like dabbles in like maybe the adventure or suspense area, it could still be horror.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big advocate for the movie Black Swan being a horror movie.
Oh, I love Black Swan.
It's so amazing,
I can
right?
see that. I can see that.
But that's why, like, I like to be kind of like, okay,
But it's funny because Black Swan, in a technical sense, is psychological thriller.
exactly. But if you were in Nina's shoes, would that not be a horrifying situation?
It would be. It would be for sure.
That's why I call it horror. But I understand it's subjective, so I'm not trying to like.
Oh
this
yeah.
is horror, and you have to agree with me. But like, that's
Well, it's
fine.
like Jordan Peele. No, is it? Yeah, Jordan Peele with like Get Out, Us, and Nope. As in, they're all different genres, but tied to thriller.
exactly.
So, like with Us, it was a horror thriller. Get Out, psychological thriller, and then Nope was a sci-fi thriller.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why I categorize my collection, and I have a giant horror section, but then I also have a shelf that I just call "What the fuck," and all those titles are in there because I don't know where to put them.
I know because you're not sure which genre. I know.
But if you ask me to get them, I know where they are, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I just keep everything fucking alphabetized.
Same
Stop
here.
that.
Advertise.
God, you people! I can't.
Yeah,
do it. I can't do it.
this is categorized in the what the fuck section.
There you go.
What's that one?
Birdemic, shock and terror.
Shock and terror. I like the side tag. The shock and terror.
Yeah, this
Like
is
Rocky.
the wings of disaster. box set. Some of the shittiest movies ever made.
Yes.
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 When
But
birds
they're
are-
in your collection. That's why I love it so much.
I know.
Well, I was introduced through Rip
Shame
Tracks.
that.
They did the first one.
Yes.
So when I was on, I bought something else from Severn a couple weeks ago, and they had that on there for like $30 or $40. I was like, I have to buy all three. They're so bad. I mean, these are.
Oh, while we're
And-
talking,
They're
if
terrible.
you-
I have to own it.
If
Yes.
you see the birds on the front of this, on the front
Uh-huh.
of this, that's what they look like in the movie.
oh,
That's
nice.
That's a CG. Yeah, they're literally like 2D on the screen, and they just kind of like move around.
Oh my god.
This is
Yeah.
the best conversation ever.
Jody, your Criterion collection.
Oh God. All right, you weren't here for the story. Listen, I've told myself for a long time I'm not getting into Criterion because I don't need anything else. Damn it.
They're gonna get you.
But
But-
I had a store credit at McKay's, which is a giant used store here locally, and somebody decided that they're just going to get out of the Criterion collection. So I bought 10. I didn't mean to, but I bought 10.
Wow.
So
That
I
is
guess now
crazy.
I'm into Criterion. I was going to show these off earlier, but we'll just go ahead and knock them out. So I got Life Aquatic. Let's see if that'll.
Oh, there you go.
See, I
Yeah.
thought that was a
That's a
good
fun
title
movie.
to have. I got Hopscotch. Zooming in.
Yep.
Never heard of that
Sick.
one.
Pretty good.
John's gonna be all over that one.
Ultramethyl.
Yep,
Yeah.
John's gonna be all over that one. I know.
Yep.
I got Lord of the Flies.
Oh, interesting. Well, wait.
See?
I wonder
That's,
which version that is.
This, my friend,
That's
The
the
is
newer
the
one.
is the 63 version.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
The
Sorry.
book is so good. I remember reading.
That's a popular book, Lord of the Flies.
It's
I
so
got-
unsettling.
Bottle Rocket.
Bottle Rocket.
Got Bottle Rocket.
That's Wes Anderson also.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
I got the Big Chill. I feel like I need that in my collection.
I have no idea.
No, it's a good. It's got a lot of people in it. I think the most is going to be Jeff Goldblum. So you got to own it because it has Jeff Goldblum in it.
Of course.
I got the Fisher King.
Oh, I love the Fisher King. But is that the regular Blu-ray or the 4K?
These are all Blu-ray.
Okay.
Whoever this collector was just said, "Fuck it, I'm getting rid of all my Blu-ray."
Well, because Fisher King does have a 4K.
you know what,
Yeah.
I'm over it, so it's fine. I got Ghost World,
Nice.
right? I got a more recent one just because I wanted to see this. Even I know it streams, but I thought it was cool that they did a physical media for Marriage Story.
I own that one.
No, yeah. Funny
Really?
enough, Adam Driver's character's name is Charlie, like me.
They had this still brand new, Dazed and Confused,
Oh,
and it's like the slip out. It's like it's the cool one. I haven't even opened this yet.
Are you on there too? Awesome. I love
yep,
those.
me,
See?
I have it, but mine's 4K.
Yeah, okay. Stop bragging.
Damn.
And then I got a Marlon Brando. I got On the Waterfront.
Oh, there you go.
That's another good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, so that's the start of my. Even though I think I've got like 3 Criterions in my entire collection.
Well, when
But-
it comes to 4K out of Criterion, I only have like Menace to Society, Raging Bull, and then Dazed and Confused. I think those are the only ones that are actually 4K for Criterion. But I do have like other titles that are regular Blu-rays.
Yeah, and I had to grab these aren't Criterion, but I had to grab I didn't know I did not own The Disaster Artist, but I grabbed this one because it still had the slip on it. So I was like, oh, I need that. And then out of all of that, I don't really care. All that can burn to the ground
Yeah.
because I found, my friends,
Hmm.
Star Wars Ewok Adventures on DVD. Both.
Sorry. No, I missed that. I'm not gonna lie. I loved that as a kid.
And I'll be honest with you, they had 3 copies of this.
Oh, and you didn't grab me one, asshole?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I should have texted.
I'm joking.
So yeah, I'm in the Criterion business now. God damn it!
For one day.
I didn't mean to do that.
I love
But-
Criterion. I love that it comes. They often come with like little booklets of like behind the scenes stuff.
Oh yeah,
There's
I
also
have the Breakfast Club on Criterion.
yeah. I have a couple of copies of Criterion. I also have I think it's called it's Secondhand something. I can't remember.
Secondhand Lions.
Yeah, I think so. That's really cool. It comes with like postcards that have like still the movie, and then there's a whole like mini booklet, kind of like the media books you were talking about.
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
whole chapters telling you about like how it came into creation, stuff like that. I think it's really, really cool. So
Oh yeah. So are you like a fan of like say 80s horror more than say certain eras?
Yeah, I would say 80s for sure. I mean, I feel like I love like a cluster of movies in each like decade, but 80s for sure, because that was back when they primarily did practical effects. I'm a huge practical effects fan.
Oh
That's back when shit was good.
Right?
Yeah.
American Werewolf in London, The Thing.
Oh, love it.
Like, those are the top two. Like when you asked me like practical effects, where would you go? Like those
The
two
Thing.
immediately. Yes, absolutely. So good.
Oh yeah, I would say when it comes to the classic stuff, it's because of the practical effects that make it more, I guess you could say, scary in a way, or
almost more
creepier.
Yeah.
Like even Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger with the practical effects on that shit was creepy.
Heck yeah.
You know, losing air in the face is getting ready to pop eyeballs and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to go to Mars.
and the lady with 3 boobs. Let's not forget her.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Sorry, I had to bring that up.
That's so typical, man. No, I'm joking.
I was a child when that happened. Could you imagine my child face in there watching an Arnold movie, and then all of a sudden that happens?
And you're just eyebrows what?
I'm like, that's not normal, right? Like that's not a thing, right? That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Okay.
I know. Mommy's there for you.
I don't need to look out for that. I don't need to look. No. Okay.
And then your mom says, "Close your eyes." Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was one thing I didn't understand about my mom. It's like, yeah, you can watch people get mauled and murdered, but when a girl gets naked, you got to turn away.
That's funny.
Okay.
It's the same thing with the rating. It's the same thing with the rating system. If a girl gets naked, it's rated R. If a guy gets naked, it's rated X.
I was like, wow, okay.
Like,
I can watch blood and gore, but not that.
I still can't get over how Poltergeist was rated PG back in the day.
Oh yeah,
Right?
that too.
Killing scene, like how is that PG? Like that.
Well, wasn't Jaws like PG-13?
I think it was PG.
Yeah, the first one anyway.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, now it's got the rated R, thing, but
I have to explain it to my kids all the time because they'll want to watch a movie and like, this is PG. I'm like, listen, that's 80s PG. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
Your PG is way different from my PG.
It's
there's this meme I love to refer to where there's like American Werewolf in London, like replica of the werewolf, and it says like 80s PG, and then there's like a little golden retriever next to it, and it's like modern PG. Like,
yeah.
Thanks.
Well, fun fact is that the guy who did the makeup and prosthetics for American Werewolf in London also did the work for Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Ooh.
Oh, actually.
Fun facts with Charlie.
Well, same director too, because John Landis, who did American Werewolf, did Thriller.
That's really cool. I feel like someone told me that, but now that you're saying it, I'm reminded of it.
Well, what's even funnier is that John Landis, he did that stuff, and then he also did Blues Brothers. But then I found out that he was also the director for Michael Jackson's Black or White video. And I'm like, how? I'm like, that doesn't come off as John Landis at all. Like that's not typical John Landis. That's weird.
Yeah, I looked it up here. The modern MPAA rating system came in 1968, but it wasn't kind of modified until the 90s. I think that's when we started getting the more diverse, like rated, NC-17 and the PG-13. When it kind of started being particular stuff.
Yeah.
Because before then, I guess it was just like G, and I don't even know if there was PG. It's just general audience most of the time. But
it was that damn Showgirls movie is what it was, y'all.
Could have been.
Showgirls ruined everything.
It's funny. Mine Sing Everything. It's a good movie.
That's fair. That's fair.
It is. It's actually not a bad movie in itself. Like if you actually watch it just as a movie without going, gawky eye. It's a good movie.
I'm just waiting for the rest of the Saved by the Bell gang to show up. I don't understand. Why weren't they in it?
Yeah.
That's a good question. At least Mario
Screech show
Lopez,
up?
you know, he could have.
If anybody should have been there, it should have been Screech.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, I was going to bring this up earlier before our guest showed up. Did anybody else see the sneak peek announcement for the upcoming Toxic Avenger?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Oh, Peter Dinklage, my friends.
I know out of everyone.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Probably because of his voice, because he's got a
Avenger?
deep voice.
Yes, the Toxic Avenger. Troma sold the right. Well, I don't know if they sold the rights, but it's not under Troma. It's a new director, and he's doing a adaptation of it. But it's going to be Peter Dinklage is Toxic Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
So, God bless. This is
And they're already working on the third Doctor Strange now.
Oh,
Are they?
It's going to lead in. It's supposed to be the introduction into Secret Wars, technically.
All right.
Yeah, I give less than a fuck about any of that stuff. It's going to be shit.
I don't know. I like the first one.
Which one? The first Doctor Strange, yes. But I'm not talking about that era.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. John's on board for everything before Thanos.
Yes.
Which is understandable because it hasn't been good, y'all.
Well, not everything. That's
not
right.
everything.
Like I definitely was not a fan of Quantumania.
It's gotten complicated.
I like the first one. I mean, the second one, Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's okay, but I think I like the first one the best. And I was really hesitant with those ones. I don't know if you watch any Marvel.
I'm old school. My first introduction into like superheroes and stuff like that was actually Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd definitely go, and if I were to like watch a superhero movie, like those would be the ones that I would go to first.
Okay.
I really like the earlier ones. I feel like to use a Doctor Who quote, I feel like they're getting a little bit too timey-wimey. Like there's just, like too many like meshed, like you're over here and you're over here and we're all making a movie together, and it's just like I miss the days when it was just like an Iron Man movie and it was just about Iron Man instead of
since you mentioned Doctor Who, are you excited for the special that's coming? I think it's like a 3-part special.
I am. I'm a David Tennant doctor.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm definitely one of those people that just kind of like goes back to my favorites instead of like trying to keep up with the newer ones. But it was Jodie.
No, not Sweden. Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah, I thought she did a good job.
I did too.
That was controversial, but I thought that for the first female doctor, I think she's a great actress. So I thought.
I like her. I mean, she actually got me into liking Doctor Who, and then went backwards from like Chris to David to Matt to So I haven't seen all the originals yet, just from Chris and on and up.
I think my favorite like OG Doctor is 4. I really love his scarf and just like his.
A lot of people say him.
Yeah, but Chris was exceptional. Like I hate that he had such a short.
He did
go of it, but David was fantastic. I love him so much. And
I realized what made it work for David is David had those big eyes and big eyebrows, kind of like Jim Carrey does, where it's very animated.
Yeah, he just has such a big smile too, and just like the energy. I just love
That's what she just said. My girlfriend right now, she just said her favorite doctor was number 4, like you just said right now.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Baker. That's the name.
Tom Baker. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I think.
I'm kind
go
of
ahead.
obsessed with Doctor Who, so.
Yeah, she's obsessed with Doctor Who.
I love her. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. I feel like 4 wasn't that the doctor that we got K9 as well. So
was it?
David had 3 lines. K9 came when he was built by Sarah Jane.
Yeah, I think that was 4 originally.
Yeah, but was that the 4th Doctor when K9 got introduced?
I think they brought K9 back for David Tennant's character, and then like
they did for David. Yes, they brought him back, but like
Tom Baker
being like which like doctor brought him in, it could have been Baker.
Yeah, I think it was originally, but they brought him back for that. But yeah, K9's cute. Love him.
Yeah.
I have like a little figurine of him somewhere. But
Yeah, no, my girlfriend actually has some Funkos, some books, some comics, and then she's definitely got like the season. She's got the complete David Tennant Blu-ray set.
Picture.
Oh yeah.
I signed a picture.
Oh, and a autographed picture of like all 13 doctors.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Matt Smith, he's going to be, I think he's up for the Mr. Fantastic role. And
Yep, Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I like that better than
That's gonna be weird.
who was the other one that just freaking they said was in the talks? Shit, we just said his name.
Adam Driver.
Yes.
He was in talks, but I think what had happened is that he wasn't feeling the script, and so he just decided to go ahead and drop it.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that idea.
Might be a good Doctor Doom.
Maybe. You know what?
Yeah.
You might be right on that one. Dr. Doom, Adam Driver. That would make sense.
It might be, but he had such a bad taste in his mouth after Star Wars. I'd be surprised to see him sign on for a multi-movie universe thing again.
It doesn't hurt to try.
I think they all had a bad experience, honestly. I was surprised with what's her face was coming back for Daisy Ridley. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised when she came out on stage with them announcing another Star Wars movie, and she's going to be in it because she was kind of like hesitant.
Was it the fans that like the fan backlash or something? Like, I'm just curious.
I think it was a combination of just once all three were said and done. I mean, honestly, if you step back, there was no plan. And I think that kind of just irritated them. Like I thought we had a plan when we did the first one. Then no, second guy comes in, whole nother plan. And then third movie happens. And it's just trying to make the first two make sense. Right. So I think it was just like an overall just kind of bad taste in their mouths just once it was all said. And plus on top of that, you had, you got the fans there. So that probably didn't help at all. But yeah, I've heard that they were all happy to do it, but I think they were all happy it was over.
Interesting. Yeah, the movies did watch a bit chaotically, so I'm sure that like making them were just as chaotic.
Yeah, you could definitely tell it was 3 different directors and then 3 different ideas, and nobody said, "Hey, maybe we should stick to a plan."
Yeah,
and so. But it's cool. We're not going to turn this into a Star Wars talk because that will be awful.
That just creates more debate.
Yeah, we'll start. But it probably will bring more people into the chat. So
I know you get people going, fuck Star Wars, fuck Chewbacca, all that stuff.
I don't know what, like a beacon goes out somewhere and like all of a sudden people just jump onto a conversation about Star Wars.
Well, hey, I happen to like Star Wars, though. I didn't mind the newer ones. I didn't mind them at all. I actually did enjoy them. I have the Best Buy exclusive. That's that Skywalker saga. So
yeah.
Well, it's fuck Disney Star Wars, not fuck Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's what people say.
That's about right.
Yeah, I was really excited for the first one. Like, what was it, like 2016, something like that? I was really excited about it.
Like that.
I thought it was entertaining, but then after that, I felt like there was what is it, Rogue One, and then like the others.
Oh yeah, and then the Solo.
Yeah, the Solo movie too. Yeah, Disney, I feel like gets really greedy whenever they buy things like that, and so just like, let's pump it all out instead of actually like focusing on it being a good movie for the franchise and stuff. And I don't know, it just gets a little bit rushed in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, and explains why a lot of their CGI work for like even Marvel movies look like shit.
Yeah. I mean, instead of I also feel like there's something about today's like Hollywood movie making where like we are just not willing to let franchises like settle. Like, you completed it, and if you want to watch this franchise, here it is that you can watch it all. Now it's like Evil Dead Rise and the next Scream movie, and we're continuing.
I know.
Halloween ends until the next movie comes out. Like it's exhausting a little bit.
I get the feeling that Scream's going to stop at like 9.
We'll see.
Nah,
369.
A Scream like X poster. That's gonna.
It was just Scream. Now it's Scream 6, and there's going to be a Scream 7. Like that bugs me too. By the way, just call it Scream 5. Why?
Yeah.
Add a number to it. Why are we being ridiculous? Like,
Well, it's like Hollywood's forgot how to make movies because it used to be about saving money when you made movies. You made it tried to make it for as little money as possible, but now they just dump in $200-300 million into garbage. It's just don't make any sense. And the whole point of CG in the first place was to save money, but now it's costing them more money to make it with CG because every shot of some movies, like the Flash, I believe it came out that every scene in that movie has CG in it. Every scene, every frame, has CG.
And they don't, and half of it don't even need it. And half of it, and the other half they didn't even finish. So that's the part that irritates me about that movie.
It just like just seeing like even the cameos, the CGI work, I was disappointed with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could get into a whole Flash discussion again. I'm going to try not to.
Yeah, we had a stream where we did a special on talking about the Flash and the worst CGI work ever in a movie.
Well, I think that's why, taking it back to horror movies, that's why we're getting all these great new horror movies, because people are going back to, we don't need your CGI. Yeah. We can make this shit ourselves, or don't even show it, and that's even scarier. So I think that's why we're getting back into that. I think that the Terrifier movies, they're just like opening up a whole new thing. So
I know number 2 was like the most popular one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting. I mean, even stupid shit like Cocaine Bear. I mean, shit, that movie came out. Nobody saw that coming.
Megan.
Megan.
I love Megan. Yeah, I feel like I love that you bring that up, because I feel like that's something I'm a big advocate for, because they continue to do these franchises and just continue. And I'm not saying that they're like bad movies, but I feel like because they have such a big name on it, it's almost like they can kind of coast a little bit. They don't maybe like get a little bit creative or like stretch the horizons a bit. But that's why I'm such a big fan of Last Night in Soho, Barbarian, Smile, even the movie Antlers, which I feel like could have been a little bit better. But like when you have an original idea, I'm so much more likely to go out and support it in theaters. And I'll go watch like the franchise ones too. Like I review movies, so I have to. But I am very, very excited about like original concepts. And like you said, like Cocaine Bear and stuff. Like even if it isn't perfect, it's entertaining. And the fact that someone like sat down and came up with a concept, I just think that's so much better than like, let's use Michael Myers again and then he kills people.
Yeah.
Not that I don't love Michael Myers, but you know what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah.
Well, it goes back to when I've talked before about the B movie units disappearing. I don't know if I've ever talked about on this show or some of the other ones I do. But the B movie units have disappeared in Hollywood, and that's how filmmakers were basically trained in the early days of Hollywood. They worked with the B movie units. They learned from ground up how to make movies, directing, producing, writing. You had B movie units, and they had tiny budgets. You had to bring that movie in on budget. That's how you got to make another movie. If you made a good movie and you brought it in on budget, and we don't have that anymore. And that ties into the reason why like the horror movies are so big. The horror movies have always been heavily grounded in or rooted in the independent filmmaking scene. So they've always been low budget, and there's not been too many like super big budget movies. So as long as they kind of stick to that kind of paradigm, I guess, then I think you'll keep getting good horror movies or decent horror movies.
I agree.
Yeah, it's also going to take the studios. And I mean, I think A24 right now is probably the best example. It's going to take more studios out there willing to just give the money to these creators to give us more original content.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah. I feel like I feel like horror's always been like that a little bit, where like it's not, and I'm generalizing, but it's like not as understood as, like romance or adventure or something that like most people like go and watch. Like horror has always been kind of like cult classic or indie movies. So I feel like the ones that really get into horror and really love it, like that's part of what we love about it is that there's creativity there. For some reason, like Hellraiser was the first one that popped in my head as I'm bringing this up. Like, I just really love how, like, again, like practical effects, like original ideas, like iconic villains and stuff like that. Like, it's just very, very inspiring and exciting to see a horror fan. So that's again why I'm just such a fan of like the modern, like original movies. You brought up A24, and I forget the director's name, but the guy who did Smile, that was his directorial debut, and he had like a short and stuff, and just like it's just really cool to see like the creative juices flowing for still today.
Yeah.
So.
And I think, to get more of the wild ideas and to get more people to sign off on those wild ideas, we just need to go back. And I think what created all those wild ideas back in the day, we just need more cocaine in Hollywood. I don't understand. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's those were the good old cocaine times, and they were green lighting everything because why not?
Yeah.
Like half the movies from my childhood, you could just say why not to all of them.
Yeah,
hell, look at it, Back to the Future and Goonies and all the good stuff. Why
I'm sure
not?
some of them were created by taking shrooms too. So.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure of it.
No.
Someone
Now
took it and said,
everybody's-
"Let's have a movie about dinosaurs that talk, and we'll call it Land Before Time."
Ooh.
God.
Or the dinosaur sitcom show. What the fuck was that?
Oh, dinosaurs! Yeah,
that shit was wild.
it's funny. The guy who does the baby's voice is the same guy that does Elmo.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
It is same voice actor.
Oh, he's so rich.
Yeah, he is. You should see the behind the scenes stuff. It's hilarious.
Did you ever see behind the scenes of Alf?
No,
It's bad. It's really bad.
like how bad?
He would say some shit to those people as Alf, and it was just hilarious. But nowadays we don't say that stuff. But it's just funny to see Alf say that shit.
Like how we were talking about Talk to Me earlier with it being basically created by two YouTubers, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't forget the movie Lights Out.
Yeah.
That was also originally a YouTube little short video.
Yeah, I remember watching the movie, really loving it, and going back and watching the short.
Mhm.
Freaky as hell. So.
And I think it's underrated. I really like it.
I agree. It makes me. It's not the best movie, but it makes me think of Darkness Falls a little bit. If you
Kind of.
that one, where it's like
The evil tooth fairy, yes.
like stand light. So if you stay in the light, then you're safe. Like,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that. It's very freaky. Towards the end, they had like the blue light to try to see. Yeah, it's freaky.
Did you ever see a movie called Come Play?
No, that sounds familiar though.
Okay, so Come Play. Kind of the same concept to where you wouldn't even see it unless you're actually in the dark or have like some type of special glasses or something to see it.
Mhm.
But it's a very interesting movie. I like it. The creature is actually kind of creepy. I like it for what it is. I definitely recommend it for at least a one-time watch, if anything.
Mhm.
But I like it enough to where I actually have it in my collection. So
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll add it to my watch list. Yeah, I like that kind of concept where like there are like rules where it's like if you're in the light, you're safe, and then like the entity like makes the light flicker and you're just like, oh god.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get myself to watch more of the movies that I have not watched in my collection. So I recently watched a movie called 42, Jackie Robinson's story. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but
I think I
stars
did way
Chadwick
back in the
Boseman,
day.
Harrison
Yeah.
Ford. And then I watched Juno. Juno for the first time. And then a movie called this one, Adventureland.
I love Adventureland.
Oh yeah.
It's actually a good movie. I
It's
really
really
enjoyed it. I like the music to it as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I got to watch Paper Towns and
That was
Nick
pretty
and
good.
Nora's Infinite Playlist because I think it's like the same director, someone that does those movies.
Making Nora is good. Yeah. It's
Or 500 Days of Summer.
ooh.
I just saw that one too.
Mhm. Yeah.
I was like that bitch totally played his heart the whole time.
I love a romance movie that has an unhappy ending. I like when like it's almost like realistic, where it's like things don't end up the way that you want them to, and that's like almost more realistic, a happy-go-lucky rom-com.
Well, because she told him, "I'm not looking for anything serious. It's not my kind of thing." And the moment they stop seeing each other, bam! And I'm like, "Bitch!"
I mean, I don't know.
It's funny because like I don't always get like mad at a movie and stuff like that. So when that happened, I was like, "Wow, that's so realistic. That sucks."
Yup.
And the ending, because like, hence the name Summer, because it's the girl's name, and then the other girl at the end, "Oh, I'm Autumn."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh God, is there going to be a sequel to this?"
There doesn't need to be. You know the cycle.
I know.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed that, and you brought up like Marriage Story earlier. Like I like movies that are just like there's romance, but it's also like realistic and kind of sad. I don't know. Maybe it's the horror fan in me where like, it's not a happy ending at the end.
What is a horror movie that you wish did get a sequel that didn't get one? New or old?
A sequel?
Yeah, where you're like, I definitely would love to see this get a sequel.
That's a very good question. Let me think.
Because I've been asked it on my TikTok live a lot.
Specifically a horror movie?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to play.
Go for it.
Find you guys at my collection. I feel like so I'm looking at my collection behind you guys. Color Out of Space calls out to me.
Which one?
Color Out of Space.
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Nicolas Cage. The way that the movie ends, I feel like I kind of need a little bit more in terms of like what happened with the alien.
Industry. Isn't that an H.P. Lovecraft story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't read the story, so maybe the story does give for context, but the way that it ended, it was very much like cliffhanger.
Well, I'll tell you mine. Mine is Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Damn it!
Oh, yeah.
Why was that what you were thinking, Jody?
It was going to be like my go-to because I can't think of anything.
What was the question again? I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh, like if there was a horror movie that you wish got a sequel but didn't, like actually you want a sequel to.
Okay.
New or old.
I don't remember how this movie ends, so this may be null and void. But I remember the movie, and I remember it being fucking weird, and I wouldn't mind seeing more.
What?
The Cell with Jennifer Lopez.
There is a sequel.
Shut your face. Why?
I'm not joking. It's The Cell 2.
What?
Yeah.
I'm looking this up right now. I swear to God, I can't.
I'm not joking.
I mean, I'm sure it exists. I just want to see who the hell was that.
But I think it was a straight to like DVD type of movie, though.
Well, that doesn't count.
I'm just saying.
There it is.
Took
them 9 years to do it. Who's that bitch?
Sorry. I just totally ruined that for him.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Another
Told
one
you.
is the movie May. Have you guys seen that one?
Which one?
May.
May?
The movie May.
I don't think I've heard of it.
I'm gonna go grab it.
Go for it. Yeah.
Is M-A-Y? May?
A movie called May.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's the Ring Girl. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's why it sounds familiar because Second Sight just did that.
Yeah.
I was gonna grab that because I hadn't heard of it before, but it looked awesome. I love their packaging.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I love it. I need to show it off at some time. But I thought this was another really creepy, like really underrated movie. People don't really talk enough about. But I love a single woman. You know.
I'm gonna grab a movie. It's funny because it's. I don't even know how to describe this movie. Let me find it real quick. Right here. This one right here called The Fanatic.
Oh, the Fred Durst movie.
I like it. I do. I'm sorry, but I do. And I know one of my TikTok friends can, and he fucking hates it. He does. Oh, he does.
All right, I officially don't like this game anymore.
Oh, you can do it. Come on.
The Changeling.
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
I really like that one.
You can do it.
This is some of the horror stuff I kind of like. This is kind of a big set that got released a while ago.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing that being advertised.
Yeah, well, a lot of this stuff is like weird Wisconsin stuff like this. This was like movies that were made for drive-in theaters back in the day.
Yeah,
like back in the day, there was the industry of people just making movies just for kind of the drive-in market, and there was a lot of horror movies made for that. So it's really low budget, but some really good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, that would have been great as a sequel. That was a really good movie. Also underrated.
That was a good movie. I'm surprised that they didn't do a sequel for that, honestly.
Yeah.
I had a pretty big cast too, or like a lot of names anyway.
Oh yeah.
Very familiar.
Oh, there you
What
go.
about the Babadook?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Great.
There we go. I win the game. I feel good.
Okay, now if you were just to pick a sequel,
the game.
if you were to pick a movie in general,
Yeah.
just in general, no genre particular, that you wish got a sequel but didn't, here you go.
Yeah, that's good.
Explorers.
Oh yeah.
And
This is
back in
one
the-
of Jody's favorites.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
one of
back-
mine
and
too, but
Back in the day, I would have liked a sequel to Goonies, but now, please don't do it.
they're
even though
trying to.
I know they've been trying to for 20 years, man.
I know.
I just don't. I don't need parents, the kids of the original Goonies. I don't need that.
I don't need to see Thanos.
I wanted it. Yeah, I wanted it back in the 90s. Is that they were like more like teenagers instead of little kids and maybe doing something. But
Or maybe
now,
college, like early college.
maybe getting to
Like
some,
they're frat boys, so they bring other, frat brothers along.
I don't know.
This is how you're gonna join the house.
But nowadays, I don't need to see them now trying to like sell that shit. I don't need that.
Yeah.
It's probably going to happen, especially with all the hype that that Data got here in the past couple years. But
Oh yeah, Ki Kwan.
it's probably gonna they're probably gonna greenlit it. It might even go I don't even know who owns. Is that Warner Brothers?
I think Warner Brothers does. Yeah, owns Goonies.
Yeah. There, maybe that'll save Max. We'll do a Goonies TV series on Max.
You know what?
Look
That
out.
kind of makes sense to do that. Because if you're going to go on adventures, do it as a series.
I guess it would be fun, but still, or just start from scratch. Like call it the Goonies, but don't talk about the originals.
Oh yeah, don't even bring up the original. I mean,
Yeah.
you could pay homages to it, of course, like little Easter eggs, but
Something, yeah.
it doesn't need to be exactly from that universe.
Or have them all dead, and we find a box that has like one-eyed Willie's fucking patch in it, and like have them all dead, right? And so we just start from scratch. These new group of kids. Why are you looking at me like that? And
Because I'm looking at you like that.
Let's just kill them all.
I'm just like, wow, that's so grim of you.
Let's combine universes. We lost them in the blip. All right. They got snapped away with Thanos.
Oh my god.
Funny nod to the man there. But
Thanos is involved now. Okay.
yeah. Why not?
Oh, here we go, Jody. A movie that could get a sequel.
Oh hell yes.
Little Monsters.
I'm surprised they haven't I'm surprised that hadn't turned into like a Super Bowl commercial or some shit. Because
That
both of
could've
them
worked.
would sign on for that.
Definitely.
It's kind of like that. Oh, what was that damn? It turned out to be a damn traveling commercial to Australia, but they were making it to where they were going to make another the son of Crocodile Dundee.
Oh,
You remember that?
Yeah.
The hype was
Like
real,
Danny
man.
McBride, I think, was in it or
Yes,
something
the
like
hype
that.
was real, and then it turned out to be an advertisement to go to Australia. It was
But
so
didn't they
sad.
do that to like Arnold Schwarzenegger too? Like doing some type of Hercules movie or something like that?
That'd just be funny.
He did some type of commercial where it looked like it was getting like a movie ad, and it
nowadays.
really wasn't. I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, there was a Paul Hogan movie that was like Crocodile. It's supposed to be Crocodile Dundee. It was like Crocodile Dundee in L.A. or something. I can't remember the name of it exactly, but it was him playing himself as the actor and him living in L.A. And it was kind of like a Curb Your Enthusiasm version of Paul Hogan. Like
yes, and I thought that was a great. And his his driver was wasn't it Chevy Chase was his driver? No, it was who was his driver? Dadgummit.
For what?
Yeah, I can't remember.
For that movie he's talking about. Oh, that's gonna irritate the piss.
What movie? What movie? Tell me the movie.
It's not a Crocodile Dundee movie, but it's about him in real life.
It's something Mr. Dundee and something like that. Yeah.
This is gonna suck.
You're right. It's Chevy Chase.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
It was him.
It was him because I remember seeing that the artwork at Target one day. I was like, wait, there's a Dundee, another one, is what I said.
Yeah.
And Chevy Chase was on the cover, and I'm like, oh, I thought he quit doing.
Man, we just spiraled for like 20 minutes. I don't know if y'all realize that. We just went on a spiral. I don't know what started it. I'm just gonna.
I know my
Charlie.
neck's contorted.
What were we talking about?
I'm sorry, Lauren. This is how we do it. We're just kind of open forum.
I think I can help. I feel like we were talking about like what movies should get a sequel, and then we
we were, and I was looking,
and then we just spiraled. We just
went on off.
I just don't really have one.
So okay, so I saw so we saw you had a second site. I'm guessing you probably own more of their stuff since they do such amazing releases.
I do, yeah. I only have a couple, but I have.
How about Arrow Video? Are you big into Arrow Video?
The boutique label.
I think I have at least one copy of theirs, but I don't have very many of them.
Oh, you gotta get it. They do the most amazing horror stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you want to get into any like very like oddball like horror, check out Vinegar Syndrome because they put it.
Oh yeah.
They put out a lot of that stuff that I was talking about earlier on VHS that you'd never been seeing kind of stuff.
I think I have a physical copy of a Crimson Peak from Arrow. But
yes.
Nice.
They did. You mentioned Hellraiser earlier. They called this the Scarlet Box.
Oh God.
Oh
and
yeah.
It opens like that.
Oh my God.
And this one's hard to get. They recently, I say recently, they did another box that's smaller than this, but they do the most amazing stuff. And House, have you seen the House movies from back in the 80s?
That's the Japanese.
I'm sporting the shirt tonight. You like that?
Oh, okay.
Nice. No, there's a movie called House, not like the show House, where it's a doctor or anything like that, but they're practical effects,
There's the original box set that Arrow did for House.
Oh,
okay.
And it wasn't until this box set I had no idea there was a part 4. I never knew there was a part 4.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the one that has like it's like from Japan. It has like the freaky like black and red like cat. I don't know if you guys even know what I'm talking about. It's like HAU House.
Huh.
Anyway.
I think. Do I have that?
Horror.
You have a lot of shit.
I know.
This
is
bad. Like anime or like horror anime, stuff like that.
Death Note.
Do I watch animated?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Horror anime.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Death Note would be considered one of them.
Well, Death Note, yeah. I watched that back when I was like younger, when it was first coming out and stuff. Like I remember that being a big thing back then. But yeah, I really like Death Note. I like the animated over the Netflix movie for sure.
My son's all, I heard anime.
Here's another.
No. We were asking her if she watches horror anime.
Calm down. Calm down.
What would be considered? Hello, we just said Death Note.
Death Note, not really.
Horror is. It's a demon.
Speaker. Can he hear us?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna stop talking then.
You can talk. It's okay. He knows he's dumb.
What about 88 Films? They do great stuff. They did one. They did I know what you did last summer trilogy box set.
Ooh.
They do amazing things. I think they're out of the UK. They also did one for
Tokyo Ghoul.
Urban Legend.
Making me aware of more things that I have to spend money on.
Yeah. I can spend your money. Just send me your PayPal.
I love steelbooks so much. I feel like I already own like 1 or 2 copies of a movie, and it's like, oh, a steelbook is available. I'm like, let me get a steelbook.
That's my problem too. That's
so
like 90% of my collection is steelbooks.
yes.
Yeah, he even has custom steelbooks made for himself too.
Don't go down that path.
Do you
Don't.
really?
Don't.
He does. Show her.
I don't have. Well, sadly, I don't have any horror ones. That would have been
Yes, you
good for
do.
tonight. Do I?
I thought you did.
Does he know your collection better than you?
Probably. I can't think of a horror steelbook I had
Didn't
made.
you have Killer Clowns made for you?
No.
Yes, I could have sworn you said one of them was made for you.
It's on my list, but I didn't have one made.
I didn't have one made, but I have the steelbook. It's very pretty.
With the Day of the Dead artwork type of style.
Oh, like yeah,
What's that artist's name? Flex, not Flex. Oh, I love that artist.
I could grab it. I'm not really sure. I don't know. It has artwork on it. I can confirm that.
He's grabbing something. I'm sure he's got something that was for her.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a cool addition.
Yeah.
Custom. See, when it comes to custom, I have a lot of movies from my childhood made that they just don't make steelbooks for. For instance, this is the one I've grabbed multiple times on this show. Where'd it go? Here we go. Like I had all the Ernest movies put on steelbook for me. I have Ernest Scared Stupid.
Very
Ernest
important.
Goes to Jail. Very important movies. Ernest Saves Christmas and Ernest. But if you really want to go down a rabbit hole,
He's got quite a bit.
I know. Look at him. He's got Batman, the Joker. Like,
Yeah.
loving it.
and you really want to go down a rabbit hole, what you do is you have custom slip covers made for your steelbook. Don't do this either, because this is just and they get stuck in the thing. All right, we're just gonna leave it in there. Like I had this made for my Willow steelbook. It's just a custom slip cover made for Willow. I like my shit to be different. What were we talking about?
Custom steel books.
No,
And
before
we were
that.
talking
We're
horror.
letting you rant about steelbooks.
Yeah. I can do it for a while.
Yeah.
And by the way,
the
Arrow
dark rabbit
Video, probably some of the best steelbooks, but they haven't done them in a while. So you
No,
gotta
they
go
haven't.
you got to go hunt for them. Probably one of the most beautiful horror steelbooks that I have is from Arrow. Hang on a second.
He's left the building. No.
Zombie Flesh Eaters.
Never
This
heard
is
of it.
so bright orange, it hurts your eyes.
Yeah.
This camera is not
Vibrant
doing it
colors.
justice.
I love it. I
It
love
took me
that
forever to
steelbooks
find this.
Have, like really great artwork in the like front and back, and then also inside. Like,
Yes.
if you are a steelbook fan, does it not like just like crush your soul when you open up the steelbook
And there's
it has,
nothing
like,
there.
plain
Yeah, I
Oh.
know.
I hate it. It kills me.
Sony did that for like quite a few releases there for a little while. They did
Mhm.
pretty good artwork on the outside, and you open it up, and you're like, well, what is this shit?
I know.
And you can literally pop out the plastic piece, print yourself off a picture and put it in there and pop it back in, and the world is right.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
didn't they just do that? So
I don't know.
I know.
Just
I mean, he had the Crow City of Angels custom steelbook too.
oh yeah, that one was fun to make.
yeah.
He's got a guy like in Italy.
Well, I had a guy. I don't know if he does it anymore, to be honest with you. He's been silent lately, and I haven't had the monies to do anything. So,
Well,
when
you
I
guys are moving, so it's
when I have the monies, I'll hit him up and see what he says to me.
Did you pick this up, Jody?
I did. It's downstairs, but I did grab that.
Yes.
I don't have the steelbook. I just have the slipcover one.
This is a good looking steelbook too that came out. The movie's not
Yes.
so great.
I liked that. I love Lionsgate's knocking it out of the park, man. When there's little slip covers that slip off and
Oh,
even
yeah.
more artwork. Yeah. and they just posted the one for The Mist coming out. They got it up on pre-order on Best Buy and does the same thing.
Nice.
One of my favorite still books.
Go for
Go
it.
for it.
It's too bad. It's too bad that Ender's Game's. I mean, the book's incredible, but the movie does it no justice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, American Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I love it. And then it has that as the back. But yeah,
Yeah.
talking about slipcovers, I'm like, yeah, this is one of
Yep.
my favorites that does
I
it.
wonder if Jody grabbed Terminator 2.
Terminator 2. Oh yeah. I think did I get that version? I might have.
You
hung on to
did.
my other. Did I get that version?
You did.
See? Why do you know this better than me?
Because I pay attention, I guess.
Oh my god. The amount of times though, like I do like stacks and stuff on Instagram, and then
Yep, see?
I get one.
I didn't
copy
drop that.
Ooh,
Yeah, they did a good job with that one.
that's a good one.
You were saying though, putting the amount of
Reservoir
stuff
Dogs.
on your Instagram.
Oh yeah, I do like stacks on Instagram. So I
Mhm.
like to do like theme stacks or something like that. And I am so well known, like for myself, that I do a stack, and then as soon as I am done making the stack, I post it. It's on Instagram, and then I look at my collection. I'm like, damn it! Like there are two others that could have gone into this. I do it all the time, and it's really frustrating.
I was buying. I was
Collection.
getting duplicates like crazy, and so I finally downloaded an app where I sat down, and it took a couple of days to scan everything in. And so now I don't buy duplicates anymore because I used to just sit there in the store and stare at something. Like, do I own you?
I have that problem
I
myself.
feel like I should.
I know.
It's like when I got this, I was like, I own that. I have to own that. And I scanned it, and no, I didn't own it.
Yeah.
And
Good.
this still had the slip cover, so I said, okay, I guess I'll get it.
I recently bought Beetlejuice because I was convinced that I owned it. And it was just like, wait, I don't own it. So like I had to go and like purchase it. 'Cause how do you not own Beetlejuice?
See, I have several copies of
Embarrassing.
Beetlejuice.
You may not like one of the content
I've got
creators that
3.
did a reaction to Beetlejuice.
What do you
What
mean?
happened? They didn't like
And
it?
she's like, what?
What do you mean?
Well, no, this person, even though her actions say otherwise, but when she gives her little rating at the end,
Uh-oh.
she's like, not a movie I would watch again, is what she said.
Wait, who is this? What are we talking about?
How old is she?
Awkward Ashley.
Expression.
Look up Awkward Ashley on Instagram. But if you look up her movie reaction channel, it's Ashley Burton. But the Ashley is Leigh.
She don't even spell it right. See, that right there is a red flag.
She lives in Tennessee near you.
Oh, bring it. She can't hear me, I don't think.
She's in Nashville.
I'm like 35 minutes away from Nashville.
What are we gonna do here?
Next time I see her, I'll pick a fight with her.
I'll show you a picture, so if you see her, just be like,
Oh, sick.
listen, bitch. No.
I'll make sure I'm wearing my Beetlejuice shirt, damn it.
I know, just to spite.
I don't know what's gonna go down, but it sounds.
I don't
like
either.
this.
Honestly.
No.
So you don't like this? No, I don't. Okay, then. And I walk away.
This is
That's
my
it.
I know.
shirt.
I obviously do. I feel like you're wrong.
That's all.
Well,
I
it's funny because she recently watched, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and she laughed at it, but at the end, she's like, since there was shit she didn't understand, not a movie she'd watch again.
Pee-wee's Big
It's-
Adventure.
Yeah.
Pee-wee.
Difficult to understand.
Or
yourself.
it's Pee-wee. You're not supposed to understand it, honestly. I mean, did you watch the show?
I
Good
did.
Lord. I know,
It's
right?
bonkers as hell. You're
It's
supposed to
bonkers.
enjoy yourself.
Ah,
No.
Charlie's got me
May
all
he
worked
rest
up
in
now.
peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? A movie I wouldn't mind seeing get like a remake, maybe, and I say maybe. Interview with
There
the
it is.
Vampire.
There it is, right there.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Didn't they make a TV show out of that recently?
Which one?
It-
That
they
was
did.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah. No,
Like-
I was talking about what Charlie said. Interview with the Vampire. Didn't they make a TV show out of that recently?
They did.
I think so.
Was it any good?
I
haven't seen it.
Oh,
I've
okay, so
seen
probably
the
not.
Promotions. They're trying to make it super LGBT, and
Oh God.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool, cool.
They woke
We
us
won't talk
up.
about that here.
I just again original source material. We have to modernize whatever.
Which
Can't we just be
Gotta be
like,
made for a modern audience.
no, I know.
And
Okay.
then the modern audience doesn't want it.
I'm sick of the modern audience, honestly.
Well, not only that, but I mean, like, I know
They don't
these
go
guys
and
didn't see it.
so
Yeah, they don't go see it.
yeah.
We make it for the modern audience. They don't go see it, and then
Yeah.
everyone.
I know.
like,
Like, as an example, Disney Plus, when they released Willow as a little series, and they were going to do that.
Yeah.
They actually had a girl-on-girl relationship, and I'm like, we didn't necessarily need that to be a part of the story.
Well, from what I heard, and I didn't even give it a chance, but from what I heard, for a show that was called Willow, it would have been nice if it was about Willow.
That's what I mean.
That's
okay.
what I heard about the show.
You guys, are you a Witcher fan? Have you read the books or know the show or anything like that?
Not me personally.
I'm definitely never read the books. I've seen some of the show, and I want to watch the rest.
Got it. I've read the first 2 books, so I'm not like a diehard fan. I played a little bit of the game. I haven't finished it, but I watched the first 2 seasons, and I've been following like the drama around it, writers and Henry Cavill and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very similar to what you just said about Willow, where it's like a show called The Witcher. It would be great if we got more of The Witcher.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's up with these writers and stuff, like taking on a huge franchise that is about a main character that just happens to be male, and then we're just going to make it all about these female side characters, which is great. Like, tell me female like side character stories, but when the show is called The Witcher, could I get a little bit more of The Witcher? That'd be great.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, like with Willow, you didn't really get much of Willow, and when you finally did, they kind of, I'm gonna say it, they kind of made him more of a pussy than the original Willow. No joke.
Should have been a
Very
badass.
minuscule as a character when like the show was literally named after that character.
I know. You know, it just, I was disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I was a little disappointed, even though the cinematography work was good. But it got canceled, so it's not getting another season or anything like that. So,
which makes me wonder, doing the reverse of this, if you ever really paid attention in the movie Beetlejuice, he's hardly in it.
Yeah.
So, are they going to take that same formula for part 2?
No.
Or are they going to just like overload us with Beetlejuice in part 2?
Well,
I don't know.
It's funny you say that, because even 2014 Godzilla, you notice like maybe 15 minutes of the whole movie is Godzilla.
Yeah. But it's just like Beetlejuice is one of those rare. Like, I honestly can't right now think of something to where your title of your film, your character, is hardly in the movie, but the movie is still awesome.
I know.
Like, it didn't bug me that if you step back after watching the movie and go, he was barely even in this thing. But it still doesn't bug me because it was a good movie. So it makes me wonder if, I don't know if Tim Burton sees that and he's going to try to replicate it again and give us a good story with a hint of Beetlejuice, or if he's going to just Beetlejuice the fuck out of it.
Like the big climax of the whole movie, kind of thing.
Something. Maybe just build, I don't know. I think I'm down for either one. But I always thought that was weird how usually it's kind of just the opposite of what I always say. Yeah, the animated series. Jesus.
Oh, I love the animated series.
I love it so much. It was wacky as hell.
Yes.
And she could say his name without it being like, in regular conversation. And she'd be like, Beetlejuice. I'm like,
I know I own that. I think it's in the closet.
I have it. I own it.
It's still at Walmart.
Oh, still at Walmart. That's cool. I was just gonna say that I feel like movies like Godzilla, when like that really works, where like the mystique of the character or monster or whatever, like you don't get to see it very often, but when you do, it's really exciting.
Oh yeah.
I think about also Pacific Rim.
Oh, I love Pacific Rim.
Yeah, so like the kaiju and stuff, like they're not on screen like all the time, but when they are, it's like so cinematic that you're just enthralled by it. So like it's okay that you spend a lot of time with these characters and you're not seeing the actual monster on screen for a ton of time, but when you do, it's just like amazing. So I feel like that's similar with Godzilla. And then I would also agree with like Beetlejuice, where like the original like movie, he's on screen like occasionally, but like it's almost like a foreboding feeling that he's like around, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they were to do that in this new movie, like that would be just the same as the original, and it would feel like on tune with the original. So
yeah. I don't want to see him for a good 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Like, don't open it with Beetlejuice chilling. Like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
No. I think I would be okay with the kind of formula they did the first time, honestly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have a good story with Lydia and her daughter for a good while, her explaining things, I guess, from when she was a kid or something. I don't know. And then talk about how crazy it was when they met so-and-so.
Actually, better question. Is his head going to be shrunk the whole time? Because that would be hilarious.
This might be a good look for me.
Because that was the last time we saw tiny head.
Yeah.
How great would that be?
Need the story of how he unshrunk his head.
Yeah.
I know.
Little backstory.
Yeah, I love Beetlejuice. It's one of my favorite movies.
Nice.
Oh, speaking of Beetlejuice, though, because we were talking about scores earlier.
Awesome.
Oh.
Yes.
The exact score.
I love that you pulled out Coraline, by the way. Like, I feel like that's a very underrated like soundtrack and score. Like, it's really, really good. Like the haunting melody at the beginning.
Oh, yes.
One
of my favorite scores.
Yeah. I read Neil Gaiman's book like way before the movie was created.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited when the movie was announced, and I feel like it's definitely different compared to the book, but it's super creepy. And again, like the soundtrack and stuff, like the animation, all of that, the colors. It's a very, very good movie. I have a steelbook that's actually also really vibrant and colorful.
Oh, if you're talking the 4K steelbook, that's what I have.
Yeah, it's like purple and like stuff. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Did that come out already?
Yeah,
for a long time now.
I think last year.
Did I buy that?
Late last year, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm thinking of another movie. I think I got that.
Out with the Carrie steelbook. That's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a different title I got on pre-order. I was getting worried. I've got 3 versions of Beetlejuice. I've got this version of Beetlejuice.
God, you guys' collection.
It's this.
That's
it's
the
got
steelbook.
It's got the 4K steelbook in it.
Yep, this is the Coraline right here, Jody.
There you go. I did get that. That's right. That was one of those. Shout did that, didn't they?
Yeah.
I've got this version of Beetlejuice. It's the book, and then you open it, and it's got the piece of chalk in there.
Oh,
that's awesome.
And then, fun fact: a steelbook fits in it. I put the old Blu-ray steelbook that came out forever ago in there. But it came with like what it was. It came with the little advertisement for him.
I'm gonna show you one of my favorite. It's not a steelbook, but it's really awesome. It's to this movie,
Labyrinth.
Oh yeah.
But check this out.
Great movie.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, and it's like the book.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love when they like are like books almost. Like the Princess Bride that you brought out earlier. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, one of my favorite movies too.
Yes, classic.
Love Labyrinth. Oh, if you like movies like that, have you seen this?
Legend.
Yes, I have seen that. It's Tim Curry, right?
Yes.
Oh, have you ever seen the steelbook for that?
No.
Not the steelbook. No, I
God,
haven't.
you guys gotta stop showing me your steelbooks.
We're making her jealous.
I know.
I gotta remember where I put it.
Send me all the links where you're able to buy them. I'm just gonna like have to buy them.
This was exclusive to the UK, but I like how it's supposed to look dirty, so don't freak out.
Okay.
But I like how simple it is.
Oh, that one.
And then the back.
Dirty.
Oh, you froze.
Uh-oh.
He froze.
Well,
He's
well,
frozen.
people, we're hitting the 2-hour mark.
I was about
so-
to say yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
think
usually do 2 hours, so
Got it. Yeah, I know it was
we'll start
late, so I
winding
wasn't
down.
sure
Yeah.
if you guys wanted to do an extra 30 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, it
I'm
don't
enjoying
matter.
myself, so this has been nice.
Yeah, he froze.
Is it me?
Oh, there you are.
Oh, there you go.
On my end, it was all of you.
Well, all of us saw you.
Yeah.
Nothing moved.
Well, shit. Did y'all see that, or did it go away when I was showing
No,
that
we
off?
only saw the front.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Okay, seriously though. So there's the front, and the back is literally just the
look, did he
reverse.
freeze again?
Dude, you almost froze again while doing that.
That would have been great.
It was like it was
Honestly,
telling you,
it
stop
was
showing
weird.
me.
Stop showing this.
That's hilarious.
This movie's about the devil.
StreamYard does not like it.
Anyway, we are past the 2-hour mark.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Well, this was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this was really great. Thank you so much for having me on.
And you're
for
always
coming.
No
welcome.
problem.
Thanks for coming. Always welcome. We love having past guests back on.
Yeah.
Something
yeah.
big and exciting comes out,
Yeah.
just let us know, and or we'll just reach back out and say, hey, you bored again? Let's come back on.
Yeah, we've had a couple of people come back, more than once. So sometimes we have reoccurring people, and then sometimes if people have been on once, then we just ask, hey, you got nothing to do? We can do a
Yeah.
live, and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
If there's a big movie, sometimes we do like a large panel of people.
Open
and
table.
If there's a movie that comes out, since you see a lot of stuff, so we might send you a link and see if you want to come on if you have the time.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, this was a lot of
Yep.
fun. I'd absolutely come back on. So
And we
Awesome.
made
Give
you
it-
jealous at the same time, which is
I
always fun.
know.
Yeah, that's true.
I know
That's my
buy
fault.
all
I'm
of the
sorry.
copies that I don't own that you guys do.
Give us all of your social rundowns.
Well, I'm analyzing horror with an S instead of a Z. So analyzing horror pretty much across the board. Instagram, Twitter. I'm on Threads as well. YouTube is Analyzing Horror with Lauren. I do YouTube still, but I'm primarily on Instagram. So if you're wanting to keep up with me, definitely check me out on Instagram. So
Nice.
Awesome.
Yes, everybody out there needs to join her channel so she can get to 10,000.
thank you very much.
Yes.
There you
Hey,
go.
I saw the beginning of your live stream other day, so
Awesome. Yeah.
I seen you
yeah.
you ranting and raving about that.
Yeah. I got deleted like 4 times just because I had music that I purchased on my phone. I was just passively playing it in the background. Instagram did not like
I
it.
just thought that. Yeah, we were talking about
Was
that
it,
earlier.
What kind of music was it? Was it like
Well, it was I
radio music, or was it something that's
No.
supposed to be like
it was like music that I paid for like on like Apple like music. So like I
okay.
Mhm.
owned it. So that's why I
Right.
thought,
You were
I
allowed.
actually
It's weird.
assumed, but I was just like, oh well, I'm trying to have fun on the live as well. So just having music in the
Yeah, the-
background.
I recommend doing a TikTok.
A TikTok. Okay.
Yes. Because, no, you'd be surprised how big the horror community is there.
Yes.
It's very big.
TikTok is
Stressful.
It is stressful, I'm not going to lie. But I've been gaining followers left and right. I'm over 3,000.
Oh, look at you.
I'm almost 35. But
I haven't
Yeah,
opened
I
my
feel like-
TikTok in 3 months.
TikTok is it's one of those platforms where I'm just kind of like
hesitant.
I don't know if I ever want to be a part of you, but I also know that it creates a lot of like growth and stuff.
It does. It really does. Like someone said that they got me something off of my Amazon wish list, said it was coming today, but nothing showed up. So at least not yet.
Gotcha.
We'll find out. I'll make a video. But Lauren,
Awesome.
thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks so much for having me on.
And be sure
anytime.
to follow us at Stills Racing 4Ks, Charlie Cinematic Universe, Low IQ Media.
Yep.
And everybody have a good
Awesome.
night.
Gentlemen, ladies, have a good night.
See you
Later.
guys later.
See y'all.